Well, welcome back, and that didn't take too long, did it? As you can probably tell, or maybe not, is the case. Relocated, slightly different. So earlier we were over there, and we've moved over to much further back because as the evening comes, I certainly don't want to be over by the fence if it gets dark. But hey, I'll probably only be on for just a few minutes. But that Hercules that was on earlier still hasn't departed. So hopefully we'll get that for you. And let's have a look. I'm sure there's a few people who have rejoined us. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And I just better send... Oh, I don't need to send it. She's there already. Hello again. Oh, we have some action. Well, I hope so. We have some action. Well, we will find out. I'm just checking the sound because one sound doesn't sound as loud as the other. A little bit more volume on that. Ah, that's better. Okay, just getting my balance right. I'm talking about the sound balance, that is. Sound on a big screen. Okay, Hercules is moving. So just in a necklace of time, we just managed to get that back up and running. I haven't got a clue what it's going to do. Hey, it might just be going for a quick taxi round, you know, but it's certainly been powering up for quite a while. But it'll give you an opportunity to see what a beautiful... Hey, it's gorgeous down here, isn't it, eh? Mind you, you know, hey, I know there's some live streams out there and they just have a pointy camera all day and just looking. But at least with this, you get a little bit of silly banter as well and what have you. You probably prefer just to see a blank runway. But anyway, we've got a great bunch of folks on the chat room and it's building. Look at this. As quick as that. Way. These notifications certainly must be working. And if you could do me a favour, let everybody know that the bear is back and we're doing our little bit. I mean, hey, don't expect too much because these Hercules that are going, they may just buzz off somewhere and do what they do the best. But you never know. They might stay in the circuit for a little while. We will find out. Woo, hey. Do we have time to eat? Do we? Heck, I tell you. That's the good thing about this. Summertime, bit of live streaming for you. And does me good, lose a bit of weight. I'm under strict instructions to lose some weight before I get back home. So it'll do the trick. Boom, boom, Stu back in the room with big eyes looking at me. That's Jason Yogi Bear. I like the eyes, they're cool. Oliver Ellswood saying good evening. Lynn Keeble. Who else have we got? Mighty 52. And also Julie is with us. See, I didn't have to tell her. She knew. You knew I wouldn't let you down. And Bandit 99. Chris. Marjolaine. Darren M. Stuart Ramsey. Canforce. Hi Stu. Julie and everyone. We've got Darren somewhere. Now, where's Darren? I haven't seen Darren's. Oh, there's Darren M. Should know, yes. Like his icon. Always stands out. Nice one, Darren. Who else have we got? Dave A says, evening, Mike B. At last. At least you don't sing. Well, I try not to sing, okay? Music is my absolute... used to be more of my passion doing the back in the old days, but those days are gone. Saw the Eurofighters at EMA the other week. Awesome. Nice one, Oliver. Yes, they were and I was, as I'm sure you know, at that fantastic airshow down at the Midlands Airshow. I mean, it was great, but what really was the more than the icing on the cake, it was the icing on the cake, the jam in the middle and the sponge and the cream and everything. It was the weather. Boy, was it amazing. That Friday night at the Midlands Air Festival. That, I promise you, that night will stay with me forever, because I've now witnessed hot air balloons like that before. It was quite amazing. And I'm sure a lot of you have actually seen the video that I put together. And if you haven't, have a look at last Friday night's show, okay? Called Live from the, what was it called? Live from the Edit Room, something like that. It was last Friday night anyway. Have a look at it. And I promise you, it's a 60-minute show. But hey, after this show, all right, check that out. Sebastian, thumbs up. He's got hearts for his eyes. Hey. Lime. Hey again, Stu and all. Just had a Yak 11 fly over. Nice one. Hey, well, there's certainly a few aircraft buzzing around the UK this evening. But hey, we have people from all over the world on here. So thank you everybody for rejoining as I popped over to a different location. And no doubt we'll have even more folks joining us very soon. And as you can see, it's John's Field. John's Field. See it slowly. And a few people up over there. Don't fall off those ladders, whatever you do. There you go. There's RJ. Not RJ. I mean our J. Yeah, friend. Good lad. Is he standing on that car? I don't think so. He's probably on steps. Either that or he's a very tall guy. I always used to remember when I was a kid down a place called Tollsbury down in Essex. And there was a guy down there, and he must have been about, remember I was small, he must have been though about 9 foot tall. I always remember, we're in this shop, and he literally had to bend his whole body down. It was like a giraffe suddenly putting his head right down to get through the door. A huge giant of a guy. I hope we are still with you. Let's have a look. So with a bit of luck, if we are still live, I think we are. So I've just lost the chat room for the moment. We should have a Hercules hurtling towards us, if you pardon the pun. Here we go, any second. It should appear right now. Thank you, Julie. And very quickly, because I don't want to point into the sun, we'll very quickly get this. Right, move that out of the way quickly, because I don't want that to go in the sun at this stage. Now here's the decider, whether it's going to be short and sweet with this particular stream. If they stay in the circuit, we will go a little bit longer. But what a great sight, eh? Hope you're enjoying that. That looks rather good. With a turning shot, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean they're going to stay with us. So I'll keep the camera low because we don't want to look at the sun is getting low, but it's still too bright. Be able to get those fantastic sunset shots at the moment. Right, but the lighting at this time of the evening, oh, beautiful. I think it's an APU. I can hear, you guys can hear it as well anyway. These mics pick up everything. And I mean everything. Oh yeah, behave yourself. Well, I can hear, and you can probably hear them as well, the Hercules going round the back. Oh, I've got the chat room back. Well, that's good news then. You're absolutely right. With a sky like this, the sunset tonight should be absolutely beautiful. But I can't guarantee we will be able to bring you any aircraft. It just all depends if they stay in the circuit, or or if we I don't know what's going on. I read some of these messages and they just make me laugh sometimes. Yeah, it all depends if we get aircraft actually staying with us today. Very strange we haven't had the Ospreys up yet, but don't give up hope, because they tend to take off at any time in the evening. Jake Jackson is in the room. Also, gotta say hi to Sky Wings Aviation. Hi, Sky Wings. Thank you for putting the message in. Daisy Bells is with us. Lynn Keeble. Shane Smith, photo for you. Gary Lockton, hi, good evening. Had a great time on Saturday, he says, at Royal Naval Air Station, Cold Rose, watching the Red Arrows take off and land. He said, just awesome. Well, they certainly are, and it's great to see them again. Oh, I loved the other Friday night. Oh yeah, hey, photo for you. Imagine being on top of those things over there, hey? Those water towers. Phew, you wouldn't get me anywhere near the top. Look at, there's ladders going all the way up. I don't know if I've got the camera pointing at those. I'm sat on the floor at the moment reading your messages. So I hope you're not looking at the sky. Oh, and just nothing. Oh yes, you're looking at the water towers. That's okay. That's good. That's good. Let's have a look. Does anybody know? Put the message in the chat room. Are you looking at this on 360 radar and all that sort of stuff? Have they stayed in the circuit? Are they going away? Because I know if I open another page on here, I'll end up losing the chat room again. Justice for all. Hey, Steve, my good mate. How the devil are you? Great to see you. You know, great to see you in the chat room. Sorry, I've not, obvious reasons, I've not seen you for quite a while. But that's my good friend from over there in near Derby. And also say hi to Kirk, and also to Lisa Marie. I'm sure I've got that right. Yes, it is Lisa Marie, isn't it? I do apologise to Lisa if I've got that wrong, but I'm sure that's correct. But it's great, really fantastic chap, I tell you. But unfortunately, you know, we've got all you wonderful people in here, and I think it's going to be short and sweet this evening. What I will do, I'll show you some more clips from the video, because so many folks have joined us this evening, and you remembered. Hey mate, how could I forget? Hey, no problemo, no problem. That's justice for all. Thank you, Be Flying, is keeping us informed as well about those C-130s that just took off, and it looks like, unfortunately, they have bugged off out of here. So I love saying that. Right, what are we going to do for the moment? Well, as we've got so many wonderful people with us, I'm going to show you a few bits from the actual video camera, okay, of recent videos that we've done, just to keep the stream live just for a little bit longer, because give me time to have a listen to the Fred, who's got his radio, just to see if there's anything else going to be going up this taking off this evening. Please talk the Queen's English, Mr. Bear. You know, you never know who could be listening, who could be watching. But I do appreciate everybody putting the messages in, so thank you very, very much. I can't say that, Julie. The message. She just sent me a message. Graham, I'm sorry you've had some bad news today. So he's a bit down at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So those C-130s seem to be turning just south of Bury St Edmunds. Okay. Are they turning back towards us? Nah, they'll be turning away. Darren Hopper says hi. Right, so what I'm going to do for the meanwhile, keep having a chat in the chat room, okay? I'm going to show you a few clips from the video camera, totally unedited and all that sort of stuff. So you get to see warts and all and God knows what, okay? But just to keep the stream live for the moment, because normally we do get some more action, but you know, you don't want to look at a field with nothing going on. As soon as we get some more action, I promise you I'll hit the go live and we'll do it. Just before I do go, for anybody who hasn't seen it yet and just popped along, there we go. That's rather cool looking. E4, which is over there. You never know, we may get, I don't think that's going anywhere this evening, unless it goes sometime late at night. Okay, so stay with us. All right, obviously what you're going to see, it's going to be a lot of different things. I may even go back as far as the Airshow that we did the other week, but stay with us. As soon as we get some more action, I will hit the live button and I'll have a chat with you all then. Okay, so stay with the bear right here at Mildenhall, but we're going to go to a few other places. Catch you in a short while. Bye for now.
see you try and get it out of Shuttleworth with it.
When somebody's stolen the Marshal's funeral back, so he's having to use batons instead. Look at that. You can't trust anyone these days. I bet the Marshal is wishes that the grass had been cut a few days earlier rather than this morning. The aerobatics of the Yak 54, 55% scale model. So do stick around to watch that. Is performing a circle over the ground while rolling at the same time, a very difficult manoeuvre to fly. Now up for another stall turn, waiting as the airspeed falls away, then it's a boot full of left rudder, then the aircraft dives down almost through its own smoke trails. Now you've heard of looping the loop. Well, this is a loop with a difference. He's looping but rolling while he does it. Now what's known as a knife edge 8. When the aircraft is in knife edge, it means that instead of being horizontal to the earth, the wings are vertical to them. And the smoke on the wingtips being used to very good effect in this display. Now look at just how slowly the aircraft is flying, and look, it's just hanging on its propeller, making very little forward progress. This is a manoeuvre Steve calls the Harrier, hovering just like the Harrier aircraft, which of course was named after the Harrier bird of prey, which similarly hovers. Now a torque roll, just the torque of that engine and propeller keeping the aircraft rolling, and coming out of the manoeuvre with very little power, very little speed, but accelerating on the way round back to display centre. So the fuselage of this aircraft is something that Steve imported from China and then modified heavily. He's now performing a vertical 8. You'll see many display pilots performing a horizontal 8. This aircraft has the power to weight ratio to do the 8 in the vertical. So it was a Chinese imported fuselage made of plywood and balsa wood, with a little touch of carbon fibre here and there. The wings are Steve's own design, and the engine is of his own design as well. It's a two-stroke engine, 550cc. Look at that, going into an inverted spin there. And it delivers 50 horsepower, which Steve is using to excellent effect. Now, if this was a full-size aircraft doing manoeuvres like this, the pilot would probably be experiencing G-forces around +8 and perhaps around -3, which is very uncomfortable. So Steve's doing the sensible thing, just performing the display while comfortably standing on the ground. Yak aircraft are very popular. Mark Jeffries of Little Granston was famous for importing many into the UK, to the extent that Little Granston became known as Yak City. Yak 52 is a very popular low-cost warbird in a way. It's a two-seat aircraft. The Yak 50 is used by teams like the Yak 11. This Yak 54 is state-of-the-art, as used in competition aerobatics, and you can see why. Steve himself is an engineer of Precision Instruments. He also runs a garage. I reckon you get pretty good service if you had your car tuned up by his garage. Now a floating leaf manoeuvre down to the ground. Keeping the aircraft rolling, rolling, rolling. It's, I think you could call that the rawhide manoeuvre, couldn't you? For those of you who remember that TV series from the 60s and 70s. I obviously don't, I only saw the repeats. Given his prowess with the radio-controlled aircraft, it's no surprise that Steve has actually moved into the full-size model. He has become a microlight authorised pilot and now has his own four-seater. Look at this, the sort of manoeuvres you wouldn't believe were possible. And what a great picture that makes, especially as it's almost the same colours as Red 10's helicopter. Such as the authenticity and attention to detail of this aircraft that it actually has a dummy pilot in the cockpit as well. Back from the distance, you wouldn't believe this was a real thing, a full-size thing, I should say. Been uncomfortable if there'd been a pilot in there, that negative G push. When we talk about G forces, that's we're all here under 1G, that's one force of gravity at the moment, and if you were to loop the loop, pulling on the stick in an aircraft like the Grob that we saw displaying earlier, or we saw flying earlier, that would be about 3 or 4G now. Look at that, he's giving us a wave to signal as he approaches the end of his manoeuvre. I was going to say let's give a wave back. So convinced am I that this is a real life aircraft, but of course Steve's there on the ground. The guy in the aeroplane can't see us waving. He caught me out there. Yes, so positive G means that you weigh 3 or 4 times your own body weight. For those of you coming back over the weekend, the Typhoon display pilot will be experiencing about +8, +9 G during some of his manoeuvres, but he'll have the advantage of wearing a G suit. In the pits display that Rich Goodwin will be doing to open the evening session tonight at 8:45, he'll be experiencing similar G forces without a G suit, but it's far less intense. It's just on and off as opposed to being sustained in the Typhoon. And negative G is that feeling you get if you go over a humpback bridge a little bit too fast, that little whoop that you get in your stomach. So when you hear people talking about G forces, that's what we mean. There we go, that was a very demanding and very exacting display, a great display of precision from Steve there. And I'm glad that we saw it, because he had a practice earlier on. There was a slight power problem, and as the aircraft taxis back to the fence, those of you near him, please do give him a big wave as well.
21 RAF Aerobatics team, the Red Arrows! Over the top in wall formation, the widest formation we fly in the Red Arrows. Red 1 calling the aircraft into 8 arrow. Red 5 would be on the left wingtip, but not there today. As they peak over the loop at about 6,000 feet, the smokes come off. Red 1 squadron leader Tom Bold about to bend the formation to the right. Red 1 is a former Typhoon pilot, and he's instructed on the Tucano and the Hawk T2. He was formerly on the Red Arrows until 2017 and rejoined this year as the team leader. The smoke comes on as Reds 8 and 9 move back in the formation into our iconic Diamond. To the right of Red 1 in Diamond is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Will Cambridge. Will is a former Tornado GR4 and Typhoon pilot in his second year on the team. In from the right-hand side in Diamond, the nose coming up, the smoke is about to come on for the Diamond roll. Red 1 using a very metronomic cadence in his commands, the pilot's reacting to the tone and rhythm of his voice rather than the movement of his aircraft. Towards us, the nose lights about to come on, ready for him to pull up. As the aircraft pull up to the vertical, Red 1 calls them into Fred. The aircraft moving forwards, changing formation as they go over the top of the loop, forming Feathered Arrow. On the left of Red 1 is Red 3, that's squadron leader Nick Critchell. He'd like to say hello to Matthew and Betty and all the family who are here at their first airshow this year. Rich previously flew the Typhoon and was an instructor on the Hawk T2 before joining the Red Arrows. Big Vixen go, calls Red 1. The smoke at 8-9 comes back on. They move out to the edges, 6 and 7 taking their place behind the rest of the formation, forming another wide formation position. This one, Big Vixen. The team are about to roll, and this is the widest shape from any display team that is taken into the roll. And roll, calls Red 1. Everyone putting their inputs in, reacting to the team leader's voice as we roll the very wide Big Vixen shape. Aboard, calls Red 9 very quietly as 8 and 9 start to roll around the rest of the formation. Watch now as Red 1 bends the formation to the left. The red and blue smoke comes on at 8 and 9. This is Tornado. Tornado finishes off to our right-hand side. Red 1 calls the aircraft into hammer formation. The aircraft pulling to the vertical, the white smoke on. Red 1 about to roll to the left. The aircraft coming over the top. Get your cameras ready for the hammer break. Break, break, go, calls Red 1 into the hammer. Now keep your eyes on the aircraft, staying low over the horizon. It's Red 6 and 7, being followed by Reds 8 and 9, tipping in for the first of their opposition passes. Leading the back section is Red 6, Squadron Leader John Bond. John has previously instructed on the Tucano and flown the Typhoon on the front line, and he's in his 4th year on the team. In from the left and right, Red 6 and 8, 7 and 9, for the spectacular Jippo Pass. Come on, ready for the Cyclone. Red 6 and 7 passing 100 feet apart, the red and blue smoke coming away from us as they roll and pull up from roller coasters to make way for the rest of the formation. Now in from the right-hand side, Red 8, the white smoke on, turning hard across and come to the front left. Or come back round from our left-hand side. Red, white and blue smoke trailing as they push off to the right-hand side, ready for Red 6 and 7 to start their next manoeuvre. White smoke comes on, Red 6 and 7 pulling away from each other, starting their way down in the beautifully symmetrical heart. Keep your eyes peeled up to the top left for Red 9 as he descends steeply towards the heart, his white smoke about to come on to form the spear. Spearing the heart, Red 9 is Squadron Leader Steve Morris. Steve has previously flown the Harrier GR9, the Tornado GR4, and has instructed on the Hawk. Right, they'll cross each other, the coloured smoke on, ready for up barrel. On, Red 1 about to bend them to the right. At the bottom in line astern is Red 4. That's Flight Lieutenant James Turner. JT has previously flown the Typhoon and instructed on the Hawk. He's in his 2nd year on the team. The aircraft have now moved into reverse battle. Normally odd numbers on the left, even numbers on the right. They're the wrong way round in this formation, so they're going to switch back to the right side through slalom. The aircraft back on their correct side now, and as a tribute to the NHS and the healthcare workers across the UK that have been fighting the pandemic throughout the last 2 years, Enid about to put the blue smoke on as they come past in battle. Mirror roll. Red 7 upside down now, flying formation on Red 6, who's flying an outside barrel roll, cockpit to cockpit. Red 7 is Squadron Leader Gregor Ogston. Gregor's previously flown the Typhoon and instructed on the Hawk T2. He's Red 7 Synchro 2. To roll. Here go again for 2 and 3 for their second rollbacks. towards Red 1. The 4 members of Enid off to the right-hand side. Now, fix your gaze forward just beyond the helicopter. The 4 nose lights of the rear section coming in towards us. Reds 8 and 9 about to roll around each other before 6 and 7 roll in the spectacular Jippo break. The aircraft crossing feet away from each other. The Jippo break running away from the formation is Flight Lieutenant Damo Green. Damo has previously flown the Typhoon on the front line. He flew the Hawk on 100 Squadron and is in his 3rd year on the team. Now in once more from the left and right, Red 6 and 7 about to barrel roll towards each other before crossing and rolling inverted in a new manoeuvre, the crossbow. Smoke is on, the red and blue, as they enter the double barrel roll to the left for the snake-like trail in the sky in Python. Red 1 at the front, Red 2, 3, 4 and 9 in formation in line abreast, a formation called Leaders Benefit. Smoke comes on, Red 1 about to call them into the 2nd roll. As Enid go into the 2nd of their barrel rolls, Red 6 and 7 are positioning themselves behind us, ready for the last of their opposite roller coaster. Then they'll pull up into opposition half horizontals before crossing again in front of you in the boomerang. Up they go with the red and blue smoke, roller coasters pulling back down to the line, extending away from each other before Red 6 calls the pull. Meet each other in the middle of the display area. Get ready for that cross in boomerang. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for this. As boomerang finishes off to our left and right, look straight ahead. It's time for the display finale. Red 1 about to put the coloured smoke on. The nose lights coming towards us, ready for the spectacular Vixen break. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this year, you've been watching the Red Arrows!
And there you have it, just a little bonus there for you while I decided what was not happening here at Mildenhall. But thank you for being patient, and before I actually go off line, I'll do a pan round and you'll be able to see the beautiful sunsets that we get here. In fact, it would look better in around about 15 minutes from now. The sunsets you get here are absolutely incredible, and I was getting quite hopeful that we were going to get another C-130 Hercules actually taxiing out, and he powered up, sounded like he was moving, so that's why I kept that going for you. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a little bit of action from the Friday night at the Airshow that I went to just a couple of weeks ago. All of that direct off the camera, so as you saw, warts and all, totally unedited, straight off the camera, and just to fill in a little bit of time while we decided if we were going to get any more aircraft. But the guys over there, who are pretty knowledgeable, they normally know if something else is going to actually happen, and normally we'd get the Ospreys going up, and I would have loved this evening to have been able to have got some shots of those with the beautiful sunsets that we get here. I mean, it really is quite stunning. The sun, it's still just a little bit too high to be able to get that fantastic sunset shot. I'll probably film that just a little bit later, but hey, if put a message in the chat room if you'd like to see a little bit more from that particular air show, because I can certainly hit that for you. But I am mindful that the actual video, well, the live stream does say that it's Mildenhall, so I'm mindful of that. So I don't want to make you guys think, hey, the bear's not really live, you know. Well, I'm alive, but so I'll just wait a minute to see what you guys say. If you'd like to see some more, yep, I can put that for probably around about another 10 minutes, and just in case those ospreys do actually go. But I say I do that just so you don't look at a runway with absolutely nothing happening whatsoever at the moment. It's been one of those strange days really here at Mildenhall, where it's been really quiet. So that's why I thought this evening we would get a lot more action. That's what normally happens. If it's been quiet in the day, normally the evenings are busy, but certainly doesn't look that way. But I guarantee, as soon as I go off air, it will. Stop doing your Motley impression, please, Mr. Bear. Oh, that's so kind. Shane Smith, thank you very much. Lee Horton, thank you very much. Kind messages, yep. But yeah, it's I'll say I'm quite mindful of the fact that you know, I want to be bringing you live aircraft, but at the moment I certainly can't do that. Keezy, hi Keezy, who odds have we got? So Gary Lockton's with us, and another message just popped in. Jason Yogi Bear, where's Jason Yogi Bear? He's down there saying, "Oh, you Smithy." Yes, it is a great group, I must admit, and I've got to tell you guys, everybody, that I'm so proud of you all. So thank you, everybody that's supported Airshow World along the way. It's made a big difference. But what I will do, if it's okay. If it's okay with you guys, because that sunset that I want to bring to you, it's still too bright to be able to move. Just a moment. Mark79 says, hi, how often do you do the live streams? Well, at the moment, several times a day for the next 8 days at least. So that's where the most important thing is, to be able. So I can hear somebody's radio. Anyway, yep, the most important thing is to make sure. It's all right, I'm getting messages from all over the place. Right, what I'm trying to say is the most important thing is Mark79, is to make sure you subscribe to Airshow World and hit the bell icon so you get the notifications. Right, see what she's saying. Oh, thanks there, Mark79. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much. And normally it's a lot busier than this. And but as I say, I do apologise. We're not bringing you lots and lots of aircraft. But tell you what, then, we'll just let me move this camera over here, because I'm so surprised that we haven't had the Ospreys going up yet. Still just a little bit too high with that sun. Tell you what we'll do. Hold on just a moment. Let's go into the camera settings and make a slight adjustment here. I'm going to knock that to auto. That's better. There we go. Let's see what we get. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous sunsets, as I said. That's what you get here. Beautiful, but it's still just that bit too high. And of course, this time of year, it's, can you believe it? It's nearly 10 to 9. The guys have gone off there. There's a chap over there thinking, yeah, well, there's definitely something going to go on, but I don't know. Right, I tell you what, for another 10 minutes then, I will go back to that video that you were looking at, right? If anybody pops in and into the chat room and says, hey, this is not live, this can't be happening right now, of course it's not. I'm live right here at Mildenhall, and I will be back with you in around about 5 minutes time. Okay, if we get no more action, then I'll go offline, and then if we do get ospreys and what have you, hey, you never know, I could come back later. You know what sod's law are like and all the rest of it. So stay with us, and I will give you that great shot of the sun setting very, very soon. But I don't think we're going to get any aircraft through it, but who knows? You got to be in it to win it, so the bear says. So stay with us. I'll be back with you in 5 minutes from now. Let's go back to where we were. Stay right where you are.
Certain places. We've got our first balloon in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, a big cheer for the first balloon, Midlands Air Festival 2021. They can hear everything that you say. If you cheer, they will hear you. That's a wonderful sight. Look at that with the light. So I think we've probably dedicated him as being the guinea pig. He's probably the one that they said, right, we're going to have draw straws, someone's going to take off and then come back and tell us what it's like. I think he's probably going to find it's rather nice tonight. So there he is in his little wicker basket. He's probably got enough fuel for about 3 hours of duration. The normal average time of a balloon flight is about an hour. Unless you're doing a long distance or record flight, you only really want to fly for about an hour, but we take 3 times the amount of fuel, just in case, because sometimes you might have to fly for a little bit longer to find a good landing spot. So again, we make sure that we've got a harness that you sit in, and you will fly that as if you're sitting in an armchair. And we call those cloud hoppers. We've got quite a few of those here this weekend, and the pilots of those tend to be a little bit more maverick than the normal pilots. They're a little braver, and they wear very, very strong boots, because the only thing that's going to stop you when you land are your feet. Normally followed by your backside and then the tank. But they are great fun to fly. If anyone has lost a Samsung mobile phone, you might have dropped it out of your pocket, please everyone check that you've got your mobile phones with you. If you have lost your phone, please come to the contact point in the middle of the field. That's great, ladies and gentlemen. Got a second balloon off tonight. I think it might be coming in your direction. As I said before, they can hear everything on the ground, so as they come over, because we don't feed them, especially not when it gets near dark.
That was only just, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the ones
Right, so we've got our next balloons off the ground. As you can see, the general drifters are all starting to drift out towards the left-hand side of the field. There goes our big green meanie with all his little icons on board. And the ones that are taking off the far end of the field, at the right-hand side of the field, will obviously be coming down the field, and they'll obviously give you a flyby as they go. And actually, if they get it right, like the bang now, and you'll start to see a whole line of balloons now starting to inflate as well. There's some more over the back end of the field, and we'll start to get a whole field full of balloons for you. Once these ones at the front start to inflate, they tend to block the view, so we'll probably leave those until nearer the end, because we want you to see all the other ones out there as well. What a sight! Get your cameras out. To the ordinary balloons. So it's a very easy thing to make a slightly modified shape as a special shape. Right, we've got some balloons taking off the right-hand side of the field now. And with the wind direction we've got, if these guys are good and they can use the wind steerage and direction, they should be able to come over the top of the crowd here. And as I say, if they do come in, we want you to give them a big cheer. And we've got one of our visiting power paragliders as well, who's up there, has got a wonderful view. This being an air show, of course, we want to have a good variety of stuff. And I'm going to be joined now by the man who is bringing you all of this. The man who's responsible.
Beautifully. It would be a good idea if we gave some of our frontline workers a bit of a boost, and to that end we initiated our Rainbow Skies initiative this year, and we gave away 1,000 tickets to our NHS workers, our NHS frontline workers. So I don't know where you are, guys. If you are a Rainbow Skies ticket holder, just give us a wave and everybody else can give you a great big cheer for what you've done. There is somewhere. Excellent, thank you very much. Another balloon taken off, just kissing the tree there, just to see. You never know what you find when you touch a tree at that height, and end up with a squirrel in your basket.
And of course, a balloon is actually the only aircraft that you could do that with. You can take off from this field, fly over that tree, right, and in.
You hit the tree.
That's absolutely true. We were doing a balloon festival out in Malaysia, and as the balloons were coming over, no one had flown in Malaysia before. And of course, we're flying over the jungle, and all the monkeys that lived in the trees could hear the balloons coming. So what do? They climb to the top of the trees, see what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our special shapes. Fantastic. Jeff Lawton is flying this.
And of course you're back with us, so I hope you enjoyed that just while I was waiting for the sun to set a little bit more. But unfortunately it is like it's a ghost town, as we said earlier. So today at Mildenhall, it's been one of those days, and we've had a few aircraft moving about, but nothing really to write home about. It's been one of those very, very quiet days, which happens sometimes. But hey, it's getting towards, what is it? Towards 9 o'clock. Let's have a quick check. Yes, around about 3 minutes to 9. And you were Stu Bear from Airshow World. I'll just do the quick pan round. As promised, unfortunately, we've got no Ospreys that we can get that beautiful sunset for you. But I did promise just before I left you this evening, I would show you the absolutely gorgeous sunsets you get here. And who knows, later in the week, maybe tomorrow night, we may get some aircraft actually coming our way through that beautiful sunset. Hey, if it does happen later this evening, you never know, I may just record it. It's all right, we can hear something. But absolutely stunning. That is beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a replay, literally direct straight off the camera. So that was unlike the Friday night shows, which is all edited. That was completely off the camera, warts and all, and some great hot air balloons and what have you. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that's absolutely stunning sight. But if you are new to Airshow World, normally we bring you lots of aircraft, but hey, I can't suddenly miraculously say, hey, let's have some aircraft. It's not like a civil airport where they have a schedule. With the military airbase, you just never know what you're going to get. But if we do get some more action within, say, the next 30 minutes, I'll probably just hit the button. So that's why it's important to be able to make sure you've got those notifications working as they should. And if you're new to this, please subscribe to Airshow World, and we will speak to you again, hopefully very, very soon. Before I do close this particular stream for this evening, I will just have a last check out the chat room and thank everybody for joining us. So thank you very much, PJ. Very nice sunset, thank you. Who else have we got? We've got Lynn Keeble. Okay, everybody having a good evening this evening. Thank you very, very much, everybody. And also, talking of live streams, our good friends from Airliners Live, they are currently at East Midlands Airport. Why not pop over and say hi to them? If you do pop over, say, hey, Stu Bear from Airshow World said, hey, why not pop over and see us? So they're at East Midlands Airport, normally busy at this time. So if you do, as I say, just say Stu Bear from Airshow World. Send us over. But I'll be back with you maybe a little later this evening. But as that beautiful sunsets on what has been a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here at RAF Mildenhall, I will hopefully catch you sometime tomorrow. Who knows? And with a bit of luck, maybe that E4 which you've seen many times over the last few days may depart. I have absolutely no idea. Liddy's Train says, do you like trains, Stu? The mode of transport, you know. I'm not a massive I've got no sort of opinion on that. That you throw me right out of balance. Can I show my face? You don't want to see my face. Absolutely not. No, the bear hides behind the camera. You don't want to see the bear. He growls anyway. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. We'll catch you maybe later this evening or tomorrow. You take care. Until the next show. Thank you very much. A very good night. Don't forget, check out Stu Bear's sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. The link is just below the video right now. If you can't see it, hit the little arrow and you will see a link straight to it. Get the best tea you've ever had in the world and help Airshow World grow. We'll catch you later. Thank you. Good night from Mildenhall, from Stu Bear, from Julie, from the rest of the gang. Have a great evening. Bye-bye now.